Hey everybody, Jeff Reinhart here, LNP and Lancaster Online. Pull up a chair. It's the LL League football podcast. It's the Huddle, sponsored by Auto House of Lancaster. Thanksgiving week, late November, one LL football team still alive. It's LS, the Pioneers, District 3 Class 4A champs. What a game last week. Still not sure how LS scored in late regulation to tie it in an unreal overtime, and LS beats YO 30-27. They win the district championship, and the Pioneers will play this week in the, drum roll, PIAA state semifinals. Friday, Black Friday. Enjoy the ride to Altoona Mansion Park Friday. 1 o'clock start. Enjoy that alarm clock and trek across the state. Mansion Park's a great place. I don't know if LS has played there. The last time this game went down, and I'll get into this later, they played at Hollidaysburg, which is a couple exits before Altoona, out Interstate 99, Blair County. But this game will be played at Mansion Park. A lot of LL teams have played there over the years. Cocalico's played there the last couple of years. Township has played there. Manheim Central has played there a bunch. For the LS crowd, plenty of parking, really nice, cool, big stadium, and plenty to do in Altoona. So it's a fun ride. Pretty much a straight shot. Turnpike, I-99 to Mansion Park, right in town in Altoona. Really cool, cozy place to watch a game. See you there. Okay, so we're going to break that game down. Oh, by the way, LS plays Thomas Jefferson. Now would be a good time to mention that. TJ, the Jaguars, are really good out of WPIAL, and they're also undefeated and playing really well. A couple of things I want to talk about at the top. Pretty please. If LS wins, great, and we'll catch you back here next week for state championship preview stuff. But if this is the end of the line, I wanted to make sure to touch on a couple of things while I have your attention. LL Football Quarterback Club awards were Tuesday night at the Timbers in Mount Gretna. They announced all the all-star teams, players of the year, outstanding backs, outstanding linemen, all-stars, players of the year. I hope you saw all that. It's all over Lancaster Online. We had it in print in the midweek edition. So congrats to all those guys. Job well done. I didn't memorize the list, but a lot of deserving, well-earned kudos for the players of the year and the all-stars. Well done. Fellas, at the banquet itself, they announced the coaches of the year, and that's always a fun moment because they don't know, and they have another coach introduce them, and you try to figure out who they're talking about, and this guy, and he's been at this school for 15 years, and you're like, oh, okay, I know who this is going to be. So the first four were pretty straightforward. Doug Doms from Wilson, undefeated, ran the table, Section 1 champ. John Sapansky at Conestoga Valley, ran the table, undefeated, won Section 2. Alan Moyer, Conrad Weiser, ran the table, undefeated, Section 3 champs. Victor Ridenauer, LS, ran the table, undefeated, Section 4 champs. Boom. And then we get to Section 5. And by that point, if you're following the tea leaves, you probably think you know who's going to win because, you know, they also went undefeated and had a good season and won the section. But he did not win it. And when the guy who did win it was announced, his jaw hit the floor, and it was a really nice moment. Mike Choi, Pequaway Valley, Coach of the Year in Section 5. Braves were 5-5. But it was the most wins since 2018. They've only had one winning season in school history, and for the first time in 27 years, they went to the playoffs. They went to the Eastern Conference AAA title game at Tamaqua last month. I got to go cover that and watch the PV kids play in a postseason game, which was just really neat to see and watch their reaction and everything. So anyway, Mike Choi was Coach of the Year, and I called him quick on the way out. And He said, dude, I had no idea. He said, I'm tickled and, very thankful. So he gave a short but sweet, very heartfelt speech, thanked his assistants, and again, made sure to bring up the fact that they've been around for 27 years and the kids worked so hard. And for the first time in 27 years, they got to go play in a playoff game, and just how much he appreciated that, and got to watch those kids play in the playoffs and kind of raise the bar up in the program. So that was my takeaway from the banquet, other than all the food and pies and a good time. It's nice to see all the coaches just be together in a room for 2 hours. And, when they play each other on a Friday night, they want to win and they want to beat each other and the whole thing. And I get it, and the rivalries and everything. But when they're together for a couple of hours, one night a year in a room, and just to watch them all laugh and shake hands and hug, and, great job, good season, have a good off season, good to see you. It's very cool. The camaraderie in the LL League's amazing. And that's always a fun night. So always appreciate the invite to that. And it's great. So tip of the cap again to all the award winners. Well done. 4 coaches have resigned in the last month. I was going to talk about it last week and I got sidetracked. So just real quick, John Brubaker at Penn Manor stepped down. Keith Stokes at E-Town stepped down. Brady Mathias at Columbia stepped down. Matt Hoffert at Hamburg stepped down. So 3 Lancaster guys and a Berks guy. So those jobs will be open. Penn Manor, I know, has already taken applications. And the other ones won't be too far behind. So we'll have 4 new LL coaches to talk about heading into next season. So stay tuned for that. And I thank those 4 guys for their cooperation and helping me over the years with everything. And I've known John Brubaker since the 90s when he was at Mannheim Central, and just a great guy and a family guy and a awesome football coach. So he'll be missed. So some changes coming in LL next year. Okay, let's talk LS-TJ. Great matchup. LS 13-0, section champs, district champs, playing great. Period. TJ 14-0. They won the WPIAL Big 6, and they won District 7. And they're playing great. And they had an extra state game. They had to play Clearfield last week in a sub-regional, and they won that game 35-0 for shutout for TJ this year. Winner gets, interesting matchup, District 12 champ, Bonner Prendergast out of Philly, or Southern Lehigh, District 11 champ. That game's also Friday. That winner gets the TJLS winner next Thursday in the state championship at Cumberland Valley. Love how LS got here. Beat Elko in week 8, beat Twin Valley in week 9, beat Wyomissing in week 10. Turned around in districts, beat Elko in the quarterfinals, beat Twin Valley in the semifinals, beat Wyomissing in the championship. So they played the same 3 teams in 6 weeks in the same order, and won all 6. So that's pretty impressive. Wow. Love the coaching matchup here. Victor Reinauer, great dude at LS, soft-spoken, well-liked. And his kids love playing for him. Been in the program for a while, but he's been the head coach now for what, 4 years? They're 42-8 under Victor. That's pretty good. That's really good. Bill Cherpak, who was a legend. Think Mike Williams and Bob Wolfram in our neck of the woods. That's Bill Cherpak at TJ. 30th year at TJ. His teams are 323 and 56. 323 and 56 with 10 District 7 championships. That's really good. And they've obviously been here before. 5 state championships for the Jags. 5, including 2019 and 2020, which weren't all that long ago. And in 2004, TJ beat Mannheim Central in the state championship at Hershey. I remember covering that. That's the night the Barons had slippery fingers and turned the ball over about 6 or 7 times. 1 year after Central won the Snow Bowl, got back, climbed the mountain again, got back to Hershey, but fell to TJ. And I remember the Jags played great that night. So this is a rematch. 2019, I remember the game. It was at Hollidaysburg. It was Friday, Black Friday. It was 1 o'clock. TJ played great. TJ won big, 44-2. LS managed a safety. That was about it. That game was all TJ, and they went on to win the state championship, first of back-to-back. A couple of kids I want to mention for TJ, because I'm a stat nerd. Luke Costco, quarterback, efficient, 1,900 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 4 picks. He's been good. Tyler Eber, check the numbers on this guy. Wow, 2,000-yard rusher, 2,089, 31 touchdowns. He's coming up on 400 carries. TJ loves to run the ball. They're known for their O-lines. Eber had 48 carries against West Allegheny in one of the WPIAL playoff games. 48. A lot of kids don't get 48 in their career, or it'll take them 3 or 4 weeks to get that many. He had 48 carries against West A in the WPIAL playoffs. So they will give the ball to Eber a lot. Braden White, the wideout, 61 catches, 1,000 yards, 15 touchdown grabs. So they have some weapons. And you know the LS names by now. Caleb House, 1,400 pass, 1,200 rush. Dominic Brown, who's had a great postseason. 1,400-yard rusher, over 20 touchdowns. Stats galore for LS. They've just been so balanced and fabulous. The other kid I wanted to mention for TJ was this line kid who's got the best name of all time, Shep Turk. 6'5", 290. He's going to Pitt. So TJ's known for their lines, interior guys, beefy guys, blowing open holes, keeping quarterbacks upright. That's their bread and butter over the years. And they mix in some really good skill kids here. Pick time. Still doing picks. Week 15. I have TJ circled. I'll be honest with you. I have TJ circled, and I know it's just for fun and everything. I could have been a total homer and said LS all the way. See you next week. TJ's really good. Not going to sugarcoat it. They're a good squad, and they have been for years, no matter what class they've been in. They've been here. They have done that. 5 state titles, 11 WPIAL championships. They've been here on big stages in playoff games and performed quite well. So for pick purposes, for fun, I'll go TJ. But LS could certainly win. They're playing great, and the way they beat YO last week in overtime with the mad scramble by House, the incredible 4th down play to keep that game alive, to get to OT, to block a field goal, and then make a field goal to win it was amazing. Best game I've seen this year by a mile was LSYO district final. Phenomenal game. I hated to see either one of them lose that. That was a treat. So, okay. If LS wins, we'll catch you back here next week for a state championship show. If LS does not make it back and TJ pulls this one out, then that'll be a wrap for Huddle podcasts. So I'll go ahead and say thank you for tuning in all year and following along. It's been a heck of a football season in our neck of the woods. LL season was great. Districts have been great. And LS has been an awesome story to chronicle. So check for coverage. Friday, we'll be out there. We'll have updates, game story. Chris Knight will have a photo gallery. We'll have a full box score and stats. We'll wrap it all up. And if we see you back here for a state championship, great. Next week, we'll see how it goes. Good luck for the Pioneers repping the LL. And if I don't see you for more football, I will see you in a gym and a girls' basketball game soon because it's that time of year. Okay, Huddle Podcast, LL League Football, brought to you by Auto House of Lancaster. We appreciate your sponsorship this fall. Thank you much. Jeff Reinhart here, LMP and Lancaster Online. I thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon.